Well, it's certainly my hope that as we look at states being more focused and having the authority for more choice in education, that we're going to see our scores go up. But, you know, we have to have dedicated teachers, which I believe we do. And I think we need to take the handcuffs off our teachers so that they have the ability to be innovative in their classrooms. I think if we look at some of the programs that have been successful in other states, as I mentioned earlier, return to the science of reading and look at how phonics has made such a difference in getting back to some of that same kind of curriculum that we used to have. I've seen it work in schools. I have visited schools where they're doing that more classical education. So what I would like to see, and I hope we will see, and I think we will see, are state departments of education adopting more of those kinds of programs to make sure that, A, we get literacy in place, that we also have the ability to have school choice, and that states totally take this funding that is coming to them and see the areas of where they need to focus more of their dollars and direct that spending into those areas.
I love those words. In particular, in the state of Ohio, our Speaker of the House, Matt Huffman, and I did a lot of ed choice programs in the state. And this is coming from a guy, I'm a graduate of a public school board member, 8 years of a public school. But we created a voucher program which helps urban kids more than anything else. When you have a Cleveland City school that is just falling to pieces, you have to give urban moms and dads the opportunity with the voucher program to put your child wherever it could be. And what that adds is actually competition within the school districts. You know, you have open enrollment, you have all these different obstacles to school board members. So it's up to them to have a good, scholastics program, have a good athletic program, and to be inviting to people. I know in my old public school that I was the president of, they started a trades program within the school. So maybe a 4-year degree and $100,000 in debt isn't what you're supposed to be. Maybe you could become a welder and make $100,000 without debt. But we have to have different paths to get outside of the box. And I think it's an exciting time for you to be the Madam Secretary at this point. Do you think that we can incorporate all this voucher program and this ed choice and even have better public schools and all of it could come together? Am I wrong?
I really think we do need to focus. No, you're not wrong. And I do think we need to focus on making sure that our cultural viewpoint relative to education is not always that you have to have a 4-year degree, because there are other ways to have a great fulfillment, of a career and provide for your families with skill-based training, plumbers, electricians, HVAC, not only that, but technology developments that we're seeing. And we ought to start that more, middle schools, high schools, leading into those career programs. And I think that's one of the things that our workforce development programs will show success for doing.
Thank you so much, Madam Secretary. And with that, I yield my time back, Chair.
I thank the gentleman. I recognize now the gentlelady from Michigan, Ms. Stevens.
Great. Well, thank you, Mr. Chair. And Madam Secretary, I realize you're in the cabinet with the president, and you're the first cabinet secretary I've been able to speak with this term. And if you could please pass along to the president that 55 tariff announcements in 100 days are killing us in Michigan. I know that the president came to Michigan to celebrate his first 100 days in office. I know this is outside technically the purview of your administration. We see hiring on hold. We see suppliers, small businesses. They are telling me today that operations are going to shut down. And certainly, we then get the question of unemployment and job training and apprenticeship programs. Now, the Department of Education was passed into law in a close vote in 1979. 4 years prior to that, the House of Representatives signed into law the Investing in Disabilities Education Act, IDEA. We want to see special education fully funded in the United States of America. And Michigan, just as of 2023, missed out on $700 million in IDEA funding. I have works so closely with my school districts all across my state, frankly, on the missing pieces of their budget from special education funding gaps. Can you speak to some of the changes that are going on in the administration or in your very agency right now, and if there is an opportunity for Michigan to access more special education dollars?